Welcome to the Vault Podcast. We are your car culture cultivators. I'm Sean, and of course, joined with
Joe. How's it going?
what up, VJ?
Hey, how's it going?
And we have somebody new today. What's up, Elodie?
Hey, what's up?
Very good. Got a great show in store for you guys today, Joe. Why don't you tell them about it?
Yeah, so as always, we're going to go straight into how our week's been. So without further ado, VJ, you've had a crazy week. So why don't we start with you? How's it been?
Yeah, it's been a pretty happening week or two for me. I've been driving a lot, all the way from Indianapolis, and right now I'm in Atlanta. This past weekend, I drove for like 10 hours from Indianapolis to NC, Durham, NC, to attend the Luft Gekühlt 11th edition, which is really cool. Since I've been to the last two lifts in California, both Northern California and Southern California, I got a good kind of perspective of how it is on the East Coast. I think it's the first time they came over to the East Coast, and it was really impressive for sure, all the curated sections. Yeah, it was in a really interesting new location that I haven't heard of before. It's called the American Tobacco Campus, where it's illegal to have any smoking products right now, but it's called the American Tobacco Campus. Got in at 7 a.m., saw all the installations. I think one of the interesting things that's happened with Luft is it's become a lot more commercial than we saw it a few years ago, but they've integrated that very tastefully with all of the activations and the partners being integrated into the show, so it looks really nice and clean and elegant without affecting the whole artistic image of Luft. So that's the best thing I found out about it. And I explored Charlotte on the way, where I went to the NASCAR Hall of Fame Museum, which was super fun, getting to do like simulated pit stops and just simulator experiences with driving and stuff. So that was cool. And this weekend I'm going to Petit Le Mans at Road Atlanta. It's a 10-hour long IMSA race, so looking forward to that.
Nice. So at Luft, tell me what Porsche you didn't see. Yeah, that's a joke.
It was actually, like in terms of the size of the show, it was less than half the size of what we saw in California over the last 2 years, I would say. But whatever was there was presented very tastefully. They had everything from the early 356s to, late model G bodies and 993s and everything. But yeah, it was small but sweet, I would say. But the corral sections were much smaller than you'd see in California.
Sweet. Perfect. Cool. Joe, what do you have going on this week?
Yeah, I mean, so for me, for work, it's just been nonstop. I mean, like I've been, it's weird because it's October, so I should be quieter, but like it's just been really busy with detailing. I think it's because my client base has shifted from like regular people to like these cars that are like priceless artifacts. I don't know what I did in the past 2 years to change this, but like I've started like detailing old cars like every week. Like I have a client with like Gullwing that I touch up like every Friday, right? So I think I've just been taking, it's great, I love it. Don't get me wrong, it's fantastic. I mean, I'm happy I did this, but I think that maybe like positioned me as like guy who cleans old cars now.
Nice.
So it's been mostly that stuff. Today it was like a work truck, which was totally different. That was like a totally weird experience for me. But
I've always said you've got that old spirit. So it makes
I'm
a lot
an
of
old
sense.
man at heart. No personality, just kind of grouchy and angry all the time. Trust me. That's why I wasn't good at sales. Couldn't talk to anyone. But so the work has just been crazy. I'm feeling a little bit burnt out, but I kind of always feel a little bit burnt out, which is good. I enjoy doing it.
There you go.
It's fun at the end of the day when you're finished with work to be like, oh yeah, I did that. That's good. So that's work. Car life, actually significant things have happened for like all of my cars today or this week. So last weekend, so I ordered a Super Sprint resonator for my E20 M5, which if you didn't know before, the exhaust shop who did my muffler, which is also a Super Sprint unit a couple of years ago, like in 2021, didn't have enough pipe to just go straight to the cat because I wanted to just do resonator, delete, and muffler. So he just used a takeoff part from a 2008 Mercedes C-Class. So I didn't know about this. No one told me. So the last time, it was some other point. I lifted the car up and I noticed there's like a Mercedes resonator, and I'm like, that's annoying. So I've been like wanting to buy this resonator for a long time.
Yes.
So I finally did it. The problem with the setup that I have currently is the muffler, which is just getting kind of weird and technical. But the muffler I bought was for a Euro spec E28 M5 because I was going to convert it to Euro spec. Then I started liking the US spec, so I decided to not do that. I bought the US spec resonator, which have different flanges. So Spencer, who is good with mechanical work and cutting and welding,
flanges.
Yeah, building. He's built all these cars. He's building that Volvo with the Z3M chassis. Nice. So he cut the exhausts up, welded them together, and we mounted it, and it sounds awesome. It's like the best. I'm so thrilled with it. So I actually haven't driven it. I've just turned it on, but I'll be driving it soon, probably this weekend. Yeah, cat back. The next step for that car would be to get the Euro spec headers because the Euro spec E28 M5s had like legit like tubular headers from the factory. So theoretically, I've had friends who have those headers on M5s get through California's smog legally by showing write-ups and build sheets of Euro spec M5s with those headers on them. So I think there's a chance. Your Super Sprint also makes a set, which is like $5,000. I'm not gonna do that, but like the Euro spec ones are like a couple $1,000s, which is still kind of expensive. But like that adds like 40 horsepower to the car, and apparently it completely changes the driving dynamics. So that would be huge. It would change it from a 260 horsepower to like a. Yeah, it's significant. Yeah. If you've ever driven an M88 powered car, which is just an S38, basically an S38 with the Euro stuff on it, it's like totally different experience. So I'm looking forward to maybe doing that sometime in the next year or two if I can find a Euro spec set. And then, so the 124 has been my daily, the green wagon.
Yes.
This is my last update. I have been driving that a lot, like thousands of miles a month. To the point of like I'm starting to feel like it's not good for it.
I thought that was VJ driving that thing thousands of miles.
Well, yeah, during Car Week he did drive it. He drove it like almost 3,000 miles, which is good. That's what the car is for. But like, I can feel like as I love the car, I want to keep it in good shape, and so I've been looking for a daily, but like an interesting daily. So in one of our marketplace finds, Spencer posted S211, so it's a 2004 E-Class wagon for $2,500 with 230,000 miles.
$2,500?
Yeah.
Jeez.
In Lafayette, so it's in the backyard. So like I messaged the guy and was like, I'm interested. Can I come see the car? And it needs a lot. Like it needs like everything you could possibly think a 211 needs.
Yeah.
But like it's like really well equipped. Has heated, cooled, massaging seats, which is like unheard of for an E320. Third row seat, which is also a rare thing for those cars. Like basically it was ordered in Atherton, so it was like everything.
So it's a California car.
Full California car, 2 owners. The last person had it for 20 years.
Oh man.
Gave it to his daughters, which you could feel. He drove it. It was a gift for his wife, and then his wife gave it to one of the daughters for high school, and then that girl went to college, and then I think it went through another high school, and so it's had 2 high schools of abuse. So it's tired, but. And it needs everything. Like literally, it needs like everything. So $2,000. I've already spent $1,000 on parts.
Yeah.
I'm bringing it to. I don't want to do some of the work because it's just like a really like kind of annoying with some of the stuff on these modern cars. So I'm going to be bringing it to Auto House tomorrow to do some stuff, and hopefully by this time next week, it'll be like very good and sorted. And I have to do some paint work and stuff, but it'll be good. I'm not going to try not to show it to people until it's done because it looks pretty beat up right now, but. Yeah, I'm excited about that. I've driven it a couple hundred miles, and it drives great. It just everything else is in need of repair.
Yeah, I saw the pictures you posted. I mean, it looked great.
Yeah, from 20 feet away, it looks like a car for sure.
$2,500 is almost a no-brainer.
That's what I was. I was talking to my dad, and I'm like, "Is it worth the game?" I'm like, for $2,000, like, this car is probably worth 5 or 6 if it's in good shape.
Yeah.
Just buy it, and if it doesn't work out, we'll swap because he has an E63 that is salvage titled. He's like, we're gonna swap the E63 drivetrain into it and just have fun with it. I'm like, okay, well that sounds fun. So I went with that.
Boy, you would totally cheat if you were part of that OTS challenge with the buying the $2,500
I would win that.
car.
I would have won that rally.
Or less.
Yeah, I would have won that rally.
I mean, you can't even get a beat up Civic for $2,500
Exactly.
these days. Yeah.
The guy is super cool. He owns a chemical company and did not want any liability. Like, he's just like, I want to sell it to someone
That sounds
who's
like
gonna
a
use it.
chemical company owner.
Yeah, exactly. He's like, I want to sell it to someone who's going to actually use it. I don't want to sell it to some guy who's just going to immediately try to flip it and like hide things.
Yeah.
So he made me sign like a contract that he had like ChatGPT write up saying that like completely I'm not liable for any issues. I'm like, it's a $2,000 car. I understand that everything is going to need to get fixed. So I'm going through that, making a huge list, and it'll just be a car for a couple of years that will be fun. I've always wanted to experience a 211 wagon. So
Yeah.
and those engines are roll proof. So
Right.
I mean,
Just drive that thing in the ground for $2,500.
Hell yeah.
When it breaks down, you just leave it on the side of the road.
yeah,
Keep it moving.
I'm kind of there, and I guess it's a good spec. And if you've ever been into 211, they smell great too. If you're into the smells, but yeah, that's been the week. Elodie, how's your week been?
My week's been pretty good.
Wait a sec. Elodie, who are you?
Yes, that would probably be a good thing to cover first.
I'm telling you, I'm
Well,
bad at this.
I'm not a terribly interesting person in general, I would say, but I'm definitely into cars. I've known you guys for a few years now. I've been a regular at Vault shows for a while. Before I even had anything cool to bring to a Vault show, I was coming to Vault shows. But my day job, I'm an auction manager for Cars and Bids. I'm sure people know what Cars and Bids is, but in case you don't, it's it's an online auction marketplace for enthusiast cars. And basically, I spent all day looking at cars, talking to people about their cars, giving people the hard truths about their cars is most of the job, I would say. Yeah, but that's basically what I do for my day job. My hobby is buying incredibly crappy cars
Yes.
they're worth nothing, and
But they're cool.
they're cool. They're very
Absolutely
cool.
cool,
And then
yeah.
working on them, driving them basically until they can't drive anymore. So that's my basic overview, I would say.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. That's cool. Yeah, we were talking earlier about, just the seller experience on Cars and Bids, and, especially right now where people don't pay attention in the market and they think that their cars are worth a little bit more than what they are in reality. So yeah.
Yeah.
Be funny to hear some of those conversations, I could imagine.
Absolutely. And it's always hard because your cars, if you love a car, it's always worth more than money to you.
absolutely.
I mean, I know that, my Volvo, I have a 1983 Volvo 240 DL. I bought it for $1,500 this summer, which is a crazy low price for anything these days.
Yeah.
But I know it's not worth more than $3,000 no matter how much I put into it. But your car always means more to you when you like it, and it's really hard to sort of reconcile with the fact that a car really isn't a good investment.
No.
And I think people
Say that again, please.
a car is not a good investment. And I truly believe that you should buy a car because you love driving it.
Absolutely.
I don't think you should buy a car because it's going to be worth something in a few years. But the hardest people to sort of talk to and find a good balance with are the people who really love the car they're selling.
Yeah.
And that's it can be a huge bummer when you learn that, this 996 that you've had since 2001 is a $20,000 car and not a $40,000 car. But at the same time, it's also really fun to help people pass that car on to another enthusiast. And I think that's the best part about a marketplace like Cars and Bids is it's for enthusiasts.
Yes.
There aren't just random people looking for a daily driver on Cars and Bids just because they need a new car. They're looking for something that they really want. So I think the opportunity to pass on a car that meant something to you to somebody else is a really cool opportunity. I sound like I'm just on a pedestal here talking big words about it, but I think it's really important.
that's real talk because
Yeah.
obviously, over the past couple of years, where you saw the car market just go absolutely crazy. It just really became, car culture became a big part of, the everyday man's life, right? Where, obviously you had, hell, look at me. I think 80% of the cars I have here were bought, since the pandemic. So, which is crazy. So, yeah.
Kind of made all of us realize what we loved, I think.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you put effort into things you love to do. And if it's cars, there's a lot of heartbreak in that, but there's also a lot of fun to be had there too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've thought about it, like, should I sell something? But then when I think about it, what I paid for it as opposed to what I'm sure it's going to go for now is completely heartbreaking. So I'm just like, no, I'm not going to sell anything. I'm just keeping it all.
I mean, I had the same, heartbreak experience recently when I sold my Geo Tracker.
Yeah.
Which I loved, but it had too many problems for
I
me
was heartbroken to hear when you
Oh,
sold it.
And I love that car. I love driving it. Everybody smiles at you when you're in that car.
Yeah.
Mostly middle-aged women are super excited about it, which I think is awesome because it's not a demographic that I get to talk to a lot about cars. So I think it's really cool.
Single guys out there, take note.
Exactly. Buy a Geo Tracker. You should buy a Geo Tracker regardless. The parts are impossible to come by. And it was just adding up. And I said, you know what? I want something that the parts are easier to come by, probably equally as weird and quirky, but they sold 1 million of them. So I went for a Volvo 240 and, I sold the Tracker for a lot less than I bought it for, but at the end of the day, I got so much enjoyment out of it it was all worth it to me. I know that's a cheesy thing to say, but sometimes I wish I got a little more out of it, but my hope is that somebody else is out there enjoying it right now.
There
Oh,
you
they
go.
definitely are. Yeah.
Hopefully not getting stuck in neutral as often as I was.
Spoken like a true car enthusiast.
Oh, yes.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I think Frank just got like
Yeah.
a Tracker variant.
Yeah, he did. He got a Suzuki Vitara.
Yeah,
like
I had no idea what that was until he explained. He was like, "It's like a Tracker, but like the Suzuki." I'm like, "Okay, we should bring
Yeah.
it." He's like, needs to be detailed." I'm like, I have a feeling there's probably no paint on that car."
And it was interesting because when they released that second gen, they fixed a lot of the issues of the first gen, except then they made it look ugly and like a GM car. So they kind of took the cuteness away, but they made it a much better car. So I think
Yeah.
that's why people haven't glommed onto that generation yet.
Yeah. Oh, they will at some point.
I think I had to be like high school when, for me, I'm a little bit older, but like when Geos were like hot. And let me tell you, dude, I hella wanted a Geo.
Oh, and it's like, I always compare it to people. I'm like, it's like you're driving an NA Miata, but 4x4
Yeah.
and high up.
Yeah.
And it doesn't feel like a tiny car. You realize you're a tiny car when you're struggling to go 65 on the freeway. But it doesn't, it drove a lot more like a Miata than it drove like a standard SUV.
Nice. Well, cool. Well, we appreciate you having you on the show, and hopefully we'll see a lot more of you as the days go by.
Absolutely. I'm going to bother you quite a bit.
Awesome. We'd love that.
Sean, how's your week been?
So as far as my week,
First, before you say anything, how's the SLC?
dude, I have no idea. I have no idea. So the SLC is supposed to be close to done, but I haven't called for an update because
it's been
I'm
like a
tired
year
of
of that
disappointing
same thing.
you. I'm tired of disappointing you, and I'm tired of disappointing you.
It's not disappointing anymore. I just, how like in like a sports reference, like how like if you play on a team and you're bad and you don't listen to the coach's rules, eventually the coach just stops caring and stops giving you rules anymore.
Yeah.
He's like, fine, Joe, just go do whatever you want. That's what I'm feeling. It's not even disappointment anymore. It's like nothing. It's like a flat line.
I feel like the guy who says, I've got a Ferrari at home, knowing that the guy works at frickin' Jack in the Box. But he's trying to convince everybody but himself he has a Ferrari at home just by saying it over and over again. So that's what I feel right now. Like my life is just a lie.
It'll come at some point. It'll
Are you
show up.
pointing at yourself in the mirror and repeating it over and over again?
Totally. I'm worthy. So, but I'm going to call this week because I do need it. What else? The Datsun, we discovered that the fuel line was too small for the new engine. Hence, that's why it knocked out my brand new fuel pump. So we're actually changing the line on the Datsun. So which has kind of made everything else kind of stuck in here.
The diameter, like it needed.
Yeah.
It was too much pressure. Going
There
through
was.
it.
Yeah, it wasn't. The fuel pump or the engine requires too much fuel because it is a race motor, and a stock line wasn't allowing. Obviously, the fuel to go
so your
through.
fuel pump was just
so
running
it
too hard.
Yeah, so it killed my fuel pump. So there's that. But like you, same with work. was feeling a little stressed out this week. So I think it's just a culmination of try to take in everybody else's stress as an employer and balancing all that and balancing, family and all and everything. So it was nice to actually hopped in the M2 this weekend and did some really, really aggressive driving. So, and that was able to alleviate a lot of stress. So I always say self-care is very important. Self-care and good cars go hand in hand, and especially with a great road, it's even better. So get out there, drive your cars.
3 pedals and a dream.
That man. LED, man. She's dropping jewels tonight. I love it.
Yeah, so those are the weeks. Without further ado, we'll go straight into the member Discord finds. So if you're not familiar with our Discord, we have one. Members get free access to it. We post things like these marketplace finds that we're about to go through. We organize drives and evenings here, or dinners, drive sim nights over in San Ramon, kind of all a bunch of stuff. It's a lot of fun. We hope to have you there, but we'll get straight into them. So the first one is this. It's not a Ford Mangusta. It's a Cuvale. I don't really know how to pronounce this car, but basically it's a Ford, but it has an Italian body on it. Not the most attractive thing in the world, but I think the reason why these are always interesting to me is that I think the designer of this car was like a Bay Area native or something, and like had this like fever dream to like make a Ford look exotic or something. You see like every Mangusta or whatever this is, Cuvale, that I've seen for sale ever has been in the Bay Area. So it kind of makes it feel like it's like a weird like cult thing.
Wow. Elodie, I have to apologize. I was going to tell Elodie I had to apologize because we didn't warn you about our Discord finds. Our Discord members, we love them to death, but I worry about a few of them.
We're getting jump scared.
I think the ones that I have going this week are pretty good. Some of them are terrible, but
hey, it's yellow, which means I like it more than most other things already.
Yeah.
There you go. What do you say, VJ?
Actually got to see it twice in a span of a month, this car. Once it was on show at this event called Artomobilia in Carmel, Indiana. So it was part of the exotic car display. I don't know how it made it, but yeah, it was part of the exotics along with the Ferraris, Lamborghinis, and it was sitting in the midst of that, which is pretty fun to look at. I've never seen one before. And then it showed up again at Cars and Coffee at the Graham Rahal performance here in Indianapolis. So yeah, it was pretty fun to check it out and see the details and stuff, because it's like a bit of a cluster of a bunch of design elements that came together, not really talking to each other, but yeah, it's always interesting to see oddballs out at shows. It's much more interesting than seeing just another 911, 991.
Yeah, it's definitely a choice. And two things. This wheel arch is crazy. Just looking at it now from this angle.
It looks like how I draw cars.
Yeah. I don't know what it is. It just doesn't look right.
It's like it looks like a bad movie car. It's like when somebody does a bad interpretation of what the future cars are going to look like.
Yeah.
They designed this.
And then this lead image is terrible. I would just have gone with this, but like this is terrible to me. Anyway, that's all I needed to say about it.
Yeah.
I always think if you're looking at a Facebook Marketplace listing and they put a Wikipedia link in the description, that's always like a really good sign to me that it's going to be something insane.
Yeah.
Plus, I love Wikipedia, so it's just going to lead down a rabbit hole.
Yeah. It's I don't know. People just have issues selling their cars. I don't know. But yeah, that's the first one. The second find is this is the one we were talking about before. So this is an E34 540i with a 6-speed. It has 301,000 miles, and it's like cherry. I mean, obviously this person was enthusiast owned. It was taken care of. Not every 540 with 300,000 miles looks like this, but like this just shows you like, first of all, they don't make them like this anymore. Like there's going to be no cars that are enthusiast cars probably that are being produced right now that will be like this ever. Like,
Yeah.
this is like a dying situation. But like, you can drive this car, enjoy it for like probably another 100,000 miles, and then sell it for probably the same amount of money. Obviously, you're like putting like a bunch of time into the maintenance and the fuel and all that stuff. But like, the best part about high mileage cars is that everything is broken and has been replaced, and also the value isn't directly rooted to the miles.
Yeah.
So like, you can enjoy it as much as you want without stressing.
Yeah, you can beat on that and it's not going to affect anything about the value. You can have no worries about street parking it, everything like that.
You
Yeah.
just enjoy the car.
You had a 540 I, didn't you?
I had a 1995 540i M Sport,
Yeah.
which is like before the M5, the E39 came to the States.
Yeah.
They weren't going to produce the M5. They weren't going to bring the M5 to the US. And so they made the 1995 540 M Sport, which was the V8 with the E34 Euro spec M5 suspension. So they built 500 of them for the world, or for the country. And that was a piece of, it was beat. But it was fun. I had 265,000 miles on it. I sold it at auction. It went for way too much money. I felt like it was during that hype, like 2021. Yeah. And I was like, that was like one car I sold that I was like, really, actually, it was like, I might message the seller and be like, you spent way too much money on this car. And my dad's like, that's not your problem. I'm like, just don't worry about it. I'm like, okay.
How much did you sell it for, if you don't mind me asking?
Almost 20 grand.
Sheesh.
Wow.
Yeah, and 265,000 miles, painted by Mako, which I tried to show the texture. It was not good paint. Reupholstered driver's seat, but all the other seats were original. So like, the original seats had 265,000 miles, and the driver's seat was brand new, so it looked like off, like the car was not great. And I 6-speed swapped it. It was an automatic. It was actually 1 of 1 in the color combination with the auto, but I swapped it because 6 speeds are better. And I was expecting 10, because an M Sport's very rare, so like 10 makes sense. But then went for 18.5 or something like that, and I was like, literally stressing. I'm like, oh man, this guy is gonna hate this thing. I'm gonna get such a bad rap. And I'm like, my dad's like, he's the one. I mean, it was no reserve.
I mean, the beauty of a no reserve auction, you have no skin in the game at that point. If it goes for what it goes for, it's the market demand.
It's in Canada now. Someone bought it in Canada. I don't know where it went, but he called me like 2 years later saying, I just wanted to chat about some of the things that like are wrong with the car. And I'm like, yeah, call me whenever. And he never called me back. So something either crazy happened, or he just, I don't know. It was not a good car, but
he's happy.
He's happy. Yeah. I mean, maybe. I don't know. Spent a lot of money. Yeah. So my dad posted this one. This is a Maserati Quattroporte. He spelled it completely wrong, which is funny. But it's powered by an OM617.
That is
which
insane.
is a 300. This says 300 SD, but it's a W123 Mercedes station wagon diesel engine. That's basically what this is.
Yikes.
So the engine on these are notoriously bad. Like, they just blow up, and they have 2 of everything because something always fails. Like, there's 2 fuel pumps, 2 this, 2 that, because when one fails, the other one you could switch. There's literally a switch on the dash where when one fails, you switch on the other one.
Yeah.
So like, I think my dad went to see this like years ago, and it wasn't running at the time, but he was swapping in the diesel, and I'm like, this is crazy, but it's fun. So there's one picture. So like, and this guy is notorious. Like, apparently he's known in like the older car community to do like weird shit with cars, and it's weird. Unfortunately, I can't show you the engine because there's no picture of it, but it's just odd. 300 TD powered diesel Maserati Quattroporte.
It seems like every person I know that has like old Maseratis, and they're not that many, but the ones that come to our shows seem to have more than 2 because of all the issues that they have.
Yeah, like that guy who races his he races the bi-turbo. He has like 3 or 4 of them.
You need the parts cars, so you need to rotate which
You really
one
do.
is the parts car.
And you actually do. Like,
It's
for this
not
car,
a
you
parts
actually
car.
for
It's
sure
like-
really, like, you seriously
multiple
do.
cars.
Yeah. Like,
Yeah.
it's like not like like you definitely need extra cars for this type of thing.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. My dad's wanted one of these for a long time. I never understood this one in particular, but like, because I understand all the other ones he wants, but this one I never really quite understood, and just because of how unreliable these things are.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know, maybe the sense of occasion is like top tier when they're working, you know, like they might be like amazing, but
They definitely look stately.
yeah,
Yeah.
Like
they
when you
do.
see one cleaned up, they
they
look
look-
like they were super luxury cars.
Yeah, they do.
In a way that
Leathers are
new
all
luxury
nice.
cars don't look like luxury cars.
Yeah,
Yeah.
stitching everywhere. It's
Yeah.
like old school, like double stitching. It's like nice
Yeah.
and feels like you can like you know, smoke a cigar in there or something. It's like powerful.
I wonder what the 0 to 60 is like with
Oh,
that.
never.
Yeah. It's going to be
Yeah.
30 seconds.
Yeah, I mean, like I think a 300 TD was like 18 to 20.
Yeah, it
so
was-
I'd imagine this is way heavier, probably. I don't know, maybe not, but I don't know. You could tune them, but like, you know, why would you?
Why would you? Yeah.
Yeah, but so Spencer sent me this one. I think this is a flip. That's why I needed to post it. I think this guy has been trying to sell this thing for like ages on Facebook Marketplace, and I've been watching for a long time because I think like this is like a classic example of I think if he like just like knew about cars and bids
Yeah.
and good photos, this car would sell for like 8. No reserve.
It's
easy.
amazing what 20 minutes
8 or
taking
9.
good photos.
Yeah,
does.
and so it's like
Yeah.
I keep poking people like we should just buy this, detail it, take some good pictures, get it registered in our name, replace the wheels with actual like the correct wheels because this is these modern E63 wheels, and just like this is a great car. They're extremely reliable, 400 horsepower, and an SUV and a great color.
I was obsessed with those MLs in high school. I thought they were like the coolest thing ever. The idea of having a Mercedes was insane to me at the time because I grew up with my parents had a Ford Windstar, so a
Nice.
Mercedes SUV seemed like the height of luxury to me. And I just think the design is aged super well.
Yeah, these have great. I mean, I used to not like these. Now I love them as well as I like the first gen X5 also. I don't know. I mean, like if I was telling Spencer today, we were working together, and I was like, if I didn't buy that E320 wagon, I would have messaged this person. The only reason why I was skeptical because it's in Bakersfield,
Yeah.
and I didn't know if I wanted to take the risk to drive all the way to Bakersfield to like actually possibly find like a lemon, and that's why you can't sell it. You know?
Yeah.
And then you're in Bakersfield.
Yeah, it's like
You're
what do I do? Yeah, so I was holding off. And this has been. It's not 5 weeks. It's been like months and months.
Yeah.
Like they just keep relisting it.
It's a great color too. It would photograph really well.
Yeah, because they're
if you
all
just
silver or
took-
black. This
Yeah.
is the color I think you want, unless you can get like designer colors, which is cool.
Yeah.
But like this one is awesome. And like who knows, maybe the shade is hiding like really bad paintwork or something. But like this is like a shocking deal in my opinion. And these engines go forever. 170,000 miles is nothing.
Mileage is nothing, yeah.
Like my dad's E55 has 420,000 miles, just fine. Just change the oil, you know. They're like miraculously reliable. But yeah, just if anyone has $6,000 that they want to turn into 8 or 9, it's easy. I think, in my opinion, it looks like an easy win.
When I first met my wife, her parents had one of these, and you talk about how reliable they are. You know, the only thing that was to take that thing. You know, the only thing that took that thing down was diesel gas.
Hey,
story.
It was probably cheaper. That's how that
No,
probably
it
has done a
killed
lot
it.
of cars.
It killed it.
Yeah, of course it killed it. Yeah, yeah. There's no way. And okay, so the last fine. This is cars and bids fine. I feel like I always need to talk about these, but a 456M, even when it's an automatic, is such a classic car. The wheels are bad, but like, I think these are like disgustingly undervalued, and I think they should be worth more. Even in automatic, I mean, they're not going to be worth as much as like a manual, but like, these are so cool. I don't know. I guess like the way these are styled, they look so classy.
And I always like Ferraris in black. I feel like it's
Something different.
It's something different, yeah.
Yeah.
And that's a great color combo with the black over tan.
Black and tan.
I'm sure there are Ferrari people screaming that I just called it tan, but
Who cares? It's 10. And, you know, this will probably go for like 30, 35. And it's like such a cool car. It's probably unreliable, hard to deal with, but like such a cool thing for $35,000.
pop-up
I
headlights.
was going to say a Ferrari and a pop-up headlight
You
sound like a
just
nightmare.
At the Cars and Coffee, just put a microfiber in front of the shift knob, cover it. Who cares?
That's right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
do what I do when I park my GTI is put my sweatshirt over it so nobody can clown me for having a DSG.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's a good idea.
Literally. I mean, like that's I don't know. 456s are cool. If I was gonna buy a Ferrari, it probably would be a 456. It'd be manual, but it would a 456 in a cool color. I think that's like the perfect understated. You know, not many people might not know what it is, kind of thing. You know. So yeah, those are the marketplace finds. Once again, link down in the description below if you'd like to support us, become a member, or become a Discord member as well. Link down in the description. So we'll get into our main topic of today's podcast, which is tasteless cars. So I was driving through on the creek and I saw a woman with huge sunglasses driving a matte green G-Wagon, a brand new one.
That's a very Walnut Creek image.
Yeah, absolutely.
And as I was driving by, I'm like, that's really tasteless. Like, she doesn't even know what she's driving, and I guarantee you, like, she just bought it because it's a G-Wagon, and that was what was available at the time, and she needed it to be matte. And so I'm like, I wonder what other tasteless vehicles there are in the world.
You call a G-Wagon tasteless?
That G-Wagon is tasteless.
The newer four-door
matte one.
G-Wagons, they put the matte wrap on them. And
Yeah.
You can't buy a matte G-Wagon and tell me there's taste. If you're buying a G-Wagon and then you're getting like a fun designo color or like a tan or a white or like understated and it's like a nice experience.
They always look good in white, I think.
Yeah.
But like the new ones with the huge circle headlights with the angel eyes and like it's like not even a wrap, it's like painted matte, you know?
Yeah.
It's like you just I don't know. I feel like that is the same as a Cybertruck owner.
Oh, man.
I mean, the same sort of customer would be interested in that car.
So what's
$150,000 difference?
Yeah, probably. So what do you define as tasteless then?
Oh, I'd have to think about this one. I didn't get a chance to think about it. What would be tasteless?
I think, Sean, you own one of those cars, Sean.
Tasteless for me.
You owned one of those cars, Sean.
I wouldn't mind having a G-Wagon.
No. He's saying you owned one of these
You
cars at some
owned one
point.
of those cars, I think.
I have never owned any of these cars on your list here.
No, it's not on the
No.
list. Think about something that was tasteless that you might have owned at some point.
We're not going to talk about that. Okay, so I owned a Urus for a little bit, and I wrecked it. But I felt like, of course, through my job, I felt like, hey, you know what? Work is good. I'm going to go ahead and treat myself. And it was a hot car. Oh, shit, I've had two cars, come to think of it now. And so I went and got a Urus, and then I felt like such a freaking douchebag in it that after a while I didn't really enjoy driving it. So yes, that was it. And it was bright yellow too. So, but it wasn't tasteless. It was
Perceived as so much nicer if you had driven an RSQ8, which is a better car in every way.
There you go.
I would more or less say it was kind of like a douchebaggery as opposed to tasteless.
Yeah. I definitely saw something that I personally think is tasteless on the drive up here.
Okay.
It was a GT3 RS, which you see a million of on the road every day in San Francisco. But for some reason, it had red wheels, like the worst AutoZone racing stripes I've ever seen on it. And and I've never seen this before. It had like the middle exhaust tips pointed down, and they were that like blued steel kind of titanium look. And the most comically huge wing I've ever seen. And I'm always nosy, and I looked in there, and of course it's an automatic. And I was just like, I don't know how you're driving that in traffic on 101 right now.
Yeah.
Maybe I don't know game, but and it had bright red wheels, and I do not like the colored wheels on those.
Hopefully they were color matched.
It feels like there are more GT3 RSs than Cayennes in the Bay Area these days.
Yeah, there really is. There's so many.
It's like an NPC car now.
The license plate was Overtaker, which is kind of awesome, though.
That's funny. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Along the same lines of the GT3 RS, I think like any base McLaren, like 720, 650, that kind of stuff.
Oh,
because here's the deal. Like I know it's probably
Shots fired tonight.
I'm sure there's some taste, right? But like you can just like work at a tech company and have like restricted stock units, and then they vest, and then you sell your stock, and you don't know what to do with it. So you walk into a McLaren dealership, and then they can sell you a car. It's like it's different for Ferraris, right? Because it's just like Rolex. You have to walk in. You can't go into Ferrari and say, I want to buy the Ferrari that I want. You have to say, okay, well, you can
To make
you
a
can,
relationship with
yeah,
them.
you have to buy
Yeah.
30 of them first, and then you can buy the Ferrari one, and then all the 30 that you have to buy are all tasteless, right? Like, so that's the same ballpark.
Yeah.
But in a McLaren dealership, it's different. Like, you can just walk in and be like, "Want to buy a McLaren?" And they're like, "Yeah, here, take."
I never understood people who go for the base model of one of those cars when they could go for the top trim of something like one tier below it. Because to me, that's always what I would do. I would want the top trim of something just like a step below that
You don't want
instead.
like a detuned, like
Yeah.
could have been better car, you know?
Yeah.
Well, you either buy like a BMW, you would buy a base model BMW, or you might as well go ahead and get the M version of it, not the M Sport, because you're just throwing your money away. But you have to go like full M, right? If you want any
Yeah.
type of retention of value,
If you want
or
a
resale or
sporty
anything.
car, and,
yeah,
and you know, there's not really a point to get the M Sport. I mean, I guess I don't know.
Yeah.
The M Sport package these
dude,
days
all those
are
packages
kinda
are
like
just
nothing.
rip-offs.
Yeah,
All you're doing is just getting trim, but you're not really getting anything else out of it.
yeah.
For me, like, I guess more or less with like tasteless, I wouldn't call like a car tasteless. Maybe it's the tasteless things that people do to cars.
The car is innocent in this.
The car is innocent in this, right?
Oh, well, reframe the question. If you were a tasteless person, what car would you be buying? Because that's a tasteless car. G-Wagon that's matte. Tasteless person's buying the G-Wagon that's matte. That's why it might not be a tasteless car, but the person who has no taste that just wants to spend money for no reason is buying the matte G-Wagon that for some reason costs $7,000 more for the paint job.
Yeah, it's a status symbol.
Yeah, it's like that stuff. Like like there's a designer white and then there's a white. Designer white has some pink in it.
Yeah.
Almost indistinguishable. But the tasteless person is buying the designer white because it's more expensive.
Okay.
And in my opinion, it's a tasteless move.
All right.
Yeah.
So I saw a guy yesterday. He was in a white Nissan. What's their small SUV? Whatever it is.
The Rogue or the Kicks.
Kicks
No, it was a
versus
SUV.
a sedan.
The
Yeah, it
Rogue.
was whatever their small SUV
Probably
is.
Kicks, right? Kicks.
But he
Yeah,
just
the Kicks.
but he put a whole bunch of Nismo stickers on it.
unless it's a genuine Nismo juke. That's no. That's
No,
a
no. This was clearly not. So we had like a whole bunch of Nismo stickers in all the Nismo places, and of course it was overdone. But you know, I was like, oh man, that looks pretty bad. So that would be tasteless to me.
I like the cursive, the special edition sticker that's like cursive on every car, or not special, the sport edition. So like you can go to AutoZone and buy like this like sport edition sticker that's huge.
Yeah.
And it's like in cursive.
Oh, yeah.
And there's a bunch of cars in like the area that have it, and I think that's like completely. I just don't understand why anyone thinks that that's good.
Yeah.
That's something like that. VJ, what about you? What do you think is tasteless? I know you have a whole bunch of cars here, but I feel like
No, like in terms of the things that are on sale right now, that's what I thought you were meaning by the first prompt. I think so. The one car that I noticed specifically during the Pebble Beach or like Monterey Car Week this year, while spending time in the Mercedes Pavilion, was how weird and kind of flashy the Maybachs looked. Especially the car that was leading the Tour de Lagan this year on Thursday morning. That was like a super bright red dual tone Maybach SL. And historically, we've associated Mercedes SLs to be one of the classiest options you could go with for like convertibles, like everything from R113 to R129. They're all like amazing designs that have aged so beautifully. I mean, even the latest SL is not too bad in terms of the whole concept and the vehicle as well. But this Maybach, I think it's called a monogram edition that they had as the lead car for the Tour de Lagan. And it was covered all over everywhere, from the hood to the splitter to the grille to the cloth roof to the back of the car, side of the car. Everything was covered in emblems of Maybach. It's like a cheap designer bag that's trying to be expensive, or just like, yeah, it just looked so tasteless, putting the Maybach logo in arrays all over everywhere in the car as if you're shouting out what brand of car it is. It's like so un-Mercedes, like it's the least Mercedes thing to do to a car. I guess there's a customer base for that.
Ooh. See,
that's the problem. The people are the problem.
you know, the old black man in me approves of this car.
with the logos and that stuff. What does it make it? What makes you want
the
it?
logos, the look? I'm okay with it. I'm okay with
I
it.
like the car, but like the fact that there's like 1,000 logos on it is what cheapens.
I think Doug Demure also made a video yesterday about it.
I mean, it's already over the top. I mean, that you're buying a convertible Maybach, right? So, I mean, you might as well go all out.
Yeah, because you think about like the 50, like a 2005 57S.
Yeah.
Which had probably 4 badges, one on the front, one on the back, and 2 on the side. And the only thing distinguishing it was like some headlights and the 2-tone color. But you knew it was a Maybach because of those very.
It is also about understated elegance and quietly displaying your wealth and whatnot. This is the opposite of what it used to be.
I guess.
Yeah, you're right. Because the only way you would know that this was a Maybach would be because of the stickers. But if you just saw it, you would think it was a Mercedes.
Just think it was an SL.
Yeah.
But if you parked a 220 at the time and a W220 and a 57S side by side, there is zero differentiation. Like it's just like completely like this is obviously the Maybach, with no like hide the emblem, like very obvious.
It's like the secret club of if you know cars.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely part of the social media effect of being want to be seen and and acknowledged for what it is. Yeah.
Yeah. So rule of thumb is social media is ruining luxury car brands.
Yeah, they're.
Except Cadillac.
influencer
Cadillac seems like they're
cars.
doing a good job, but
Yeah.
yeah, as all the influencer market base is really messing things up for understated class, and I'm sure that will come back at some point. But because my computer is about to die, we're gonna go straight into the scenario. Comment down below what your tasteless cars are gonna be, because I'm curious if we're in a ballpark here or if we're completely out of line. So, kind of along the same reframing here, but what car do you secretly want, even though it's completely tasteless and terrible? So like you were saying how you like that SL. It doesn't have to be the SL, but like I couldn't see you in that, but like maybe secretly deep down like, oh, that'd be pretty cool to own. I have one but mine's kind of easy, and mine might actually not count because it might not be tasteless. But
I don't know who's ready. I'm not ready to roll on this one. Who's ready to go? Do you have a car in mind, VJ?
I like all these ironically cool cars, like the Pontiac Aztecs with the tent that you can put in camping mode, and the Murano Cross Cabriolet, God's Chariot, and the Fiat Multiplas and the Chevy SSRs, all these weird oddball stuff, which are clearly not the classiest designs, but they have their fan bases. They're also ironically cool. And I mean, they're appreciated in certain parts of the car community for being ironically cool and like being 100% of what they are. Like Fiat Multipla looks like it because it's fully committed to its job of being a super spacious family car, which in process it made it look horrible on the outside, but I like its commitment to its purpose. So for sure it's not classy, it looks tasteless, and you don't get much respect out in traffic for it. Makes you look less, but I kind of appreciate their dedication to their purpose, whether it's a convertible SUV or a camping mode SUV.
Just based off of the convertible SUV idea. So the Murano Cross Cab, in my opinion, there's taste because this is a very obvious choice that you made that pick. You like, it's a Nissan, so you didn't pick it because it's a luxurious car. But the Evoque convertible is tasteless because you picked the Range Rover with the convertible because it was expensive and it was a Range Rover.
Yeah.
So that's the difference.
People
Evoque,
who have people who have the cross cab are committed to the bit.
Yeah, they want the cross cab. They got the Evoque because it was like the most expensive Evoque, and it will look great for 3 years in their lease, and then they just own it now, and like you don't see them anymore, probably because they were all lease returns and they're destroyed. But
that's a great example.
It's a good example, right? That I just thought about that when he was talking about convertibles. But so this might not be tasteless, but like the most expensive, most modern, biggest engine Rolls-Royce sedan, whatever that is, even if it's a Spectre, I don't care. But like one of the most expensive one, I think I would love to own that car. I detailed one a couple of weeks ago, and I was sitting in it, cleaning it up, had 1,000 miles on it. It was from 2024, but I was like, I could see myself driving across the country in this and have so much fun in it. and like no one does that. But like those cars seem a little bit tasteless because the car is good taste, but the money spent is tasteless. Like you could have had so many cars for that much money, but you bought the $600,000 or however much dollar whatever the Rolls Royce.
Yeah.
That to me is a little bit tasteless, especially if it's like black on black. So like you didn't even have like a choice.
Yeah,
That's
like
what I'm doing.
two-tone stuff
That's
is
what I'm
cool,
doing. I'm
yeah.
doing 2025, 2026 most expensive Rolex sedan, Rolls Royce, not Rolex. That's what I'm doing. Elodie, what do you think?
I really like the Porsche Cayenne Trend Siberia, like those weird like the first gen Cayennes. I think they were first gen, where they weren't really sure if they wanted to go for the off road crowd or if they wanted to go for the luxury. And we all know where they ended up.
Yeah.
But for a second, they were like, oh, maybe we can market this as a rugged off roader. Except all they kind of did was, I think they lifted a little bit. They put some really terrible decal. I'm a sucker for terrible graphics. If you put terrible graphics on a car, I'm gonna love it.
Sold.
And it was like the graphics were orange too, which is like the Giants fan in me loves that, even though it looks awful on silver and stuff. But I really like the first gen Cayenne, even though they're slow and kind of ugly, etc. So that would definitely be a big choice of mine. Also, there's not many of them, so you kind of have a cool, unique car that's usable every day.
Yeah.
I love Renault Twingos. I'm jealous that we don't get them. I have a friend I made through Instagram who's in Colombia, and he has one, and he's always sending me photos of it. I'm like, man, you got to stop sending me photos of these because I can't get one. I'm in California. Yeah, so I'm known in the Cars and Bids workplace for liking kind of terrible cars. So it's a difficult question to ask me because I'm going to like everything that you're going to posit. So I do think the Cayenne Trans Siberias are pretty cool, though.
Nice.
Aged really nicely, looking at the photos.
Yeah.
Somehow aged really well.
I guess I was talking about this earlier, and Joe thought I was kidding, but I've started to get eyes and appreciate the look, just the look again of the i8. I think they've aged like really, really nice. Like the look of them is awesome. But because I've had one before and I know how the driving experience is pretty underwhelming, but they look the part, and yeah. So
To me, they look like what 2010 us thought a cool car of the future would look like.
Yeah.
Which is always
totally. And
somebody did it.
And beyond, right? Yeah, it's crazy. Like, we're going to look at that car like years down the road, like, why did they even do this? You know? And, right? So, I guess that would be my example.
I'm trying to think of another one.
I think i3 is a great choice. Like it looks kind of weird.
But I do think there's a community around that.
Yeah, i3s are very underrated.
They're so parkable everywhere in the city, so they're really popular. Yeah.
And you have to care about them, which is nice.
Yeah. Tasteless and terrible car. I'd say, I know one's sitting behind me, but the new Mini Coopers.
The huge bloated ones?
Yeah. Those are terrible looking.
They look too angry for a Mini Cooper. I want my Mini Coopers to be cute.
Yes, yeah. And they're too big to be a Mini Cooper.
They also changed the John Cooper Works logo.
Yeah.
So it's not, I don't know. They did something to them.
Yeah. I can't anticipate them selling a whole lot of those. But.
No. I wonder, I think Mini probably is just around these days because it's like, it probably doesn't cost them really that much money.
They just happen to be in every BMW showroom now.
Yeah. Well, I think they don't probably make that much. I bet it's a loss leader, probably more of a gimmick car anyway.
Yeah.
A friend of mine just started a lease on a new EV Mini Cooper, and she said, she came from an older just Cooper ass that she loved and had for years, and she's like, you know what? It doesn't even drive like a Mini Cooper. The only thing that distinguishes it is the circular infotainment.
Yeah.
She said it's a perfectly fine car. It's a subcompact electric car, but it doesn't have the charm.
Yeah. How did we not name the Cybertruck? Talk about
It's too obvious.
We talked about
Too
Cybertruck a little bit,
Okay.
like for 5 seconds. I'm gonna put
Okay.
that in there though, 'cause we need to.
Yeah.
I did see one that had the wrap melting off of it in real time.
No kidding.
driving, and I almost felt bad, but then I remembered it's a Cybertruck, so I retracted that feeling bad a little bit.
Yeah, I mean they made a choice. You know, that's how it goes. Okay, well, comment down below what your tasteless car that you secretly want is. See if we're on the right track here. But without further ado, do we have anything else before we close out this episode?
Nah, I'm good. Thank you, Elodie, for being on today. Awesome. I'm good, man.
Sweet. Well, make sure you're liking and subscribing. We're going to be doing this weekly live podcast once or twice a month, and then record it the rest of the time. We took August off because we were too busy. We're back. We're bulk recording a bunch of stuff, and we're looking forward to seeing what you guys have to say about them. But yeah, we'll see you next week.
Hell yeah.